Hey you guys, I'm Lizzie. It's been ages since I've done a vlog. I'm so sorry. It's been so crazy and full on and amazing, and I think this is the first time I've spoken to you guys since Generation Young was released. And wow, it's just been so cool to finally be able to show you guys what I'm doing with my music, and I wanted to say a huge big thank you for being so awesome, for buying Generation Young on iTunes, for watching it on YouTube, for commenting on the video and sharing it, and it's been amazing. Last time I checked, the video on YouTube had over 3,500 views, so stoked, so stoked about that. Thank you so much. So I've got a couple of questions for today, and I'm going to just dive straight in. So Lucy asked a little while ago, what did your balloon say in the Generation Young video? So my balloon in the Generation Young video actually just said Generation Young, and you couldn't really see it because I was right in the middle of the big group. But we did talk about what my balloon was going to say, and we weren't quite sure, you know, I mean, because the balloons obviously symbolized things that people were feeling inside, maybe some things that had held them back. You know, I mean, some of them were kind of demons, and it was all about letting go of those things and just, you know, standing up and being proud. So we kind of did talk a lot about what it would be on my balloon, you know, what's held me back, what have my demons kind of been. And I mean, the one sort of idea that we came up with, or that I came up with, was that my balloon could say something along the lines of fear, or, you know, afraid maybe. Because I think for me, you know, I was quite fearful of actually, you know, coming out and singing the music that I love, and just sharing that, you know, like as a writer, sharing yourself in such a stripped back kind of way, because there's really nowhere to hide when you're writing your own music. So yeah, for me it was kind of like fear in a way, but we went with Generation Young, and as it turned out, you couldn't see it. I think the wind blew the balloon as that shot was happening, as all the balloons were going up, so it was like, ah. Okay, well, you can't exactly get all the balloons back to do it again. So great question though, really good question. And then Mike asked, when will the album come out? Well, the EP will come out, I don't have a definite date, but I'm pretty sure that it will be in the middle of the year. So it could be anywhere from June through September. That's the best kind of estimate I've got at the moment. I actually haven't finished the EP, which is very typical because I can't decide, you know, what song I want to be on there. I mean, we've probably got about 4 that we're really, really loving, but, you know, it's such a process, so it's taking its time. And then last question for today, Wayne asked, have you ever met anyone famous and been disappointed because they are not what you thought they would be? Maybe once or twice. Yeah, actually, I remember when I was a kid, I was in Wellington with my parents. I would have been about, I don't know, 7 or 8. And I just happened to be staying in the same hotel that the All Blacks were. My dad was down there on business, I think. And so I was this massive rugby fan. I just loved the All Blacks. Not much has changed. And so I went in there and I had this rugby ball, and I wanted to get it signed. And I was, you know, a typical kid who was just like starstruck by these huge rugby players. And I remember going up to this one particular player, and I won't name him, and he wasn't an All Black for very long, to be honest, and I went up and I said, you know, could you possibly sign my rugby ball? You're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And all he did was go, oh my God, I've had this all day. And as like an 8-year-old, I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, but please sign my ball. So that was a bit, you know, disappointing. And then, no, but I actually have one really great story from when I was about 3, and Kiwis will know who Jason Gunn is. He's this amazing, awesome TV guy, and when I was a little kid, he was on children's TV, so he did What Now, and Jason and Thingy, and he was just a huge, huge icon to Kiwi kids. And I was about 3 years old, and I bumped into him in a pool on the top of a building. I was with mum and dad, and apparently 3 years old, bold as brass, I just bowled right up to him and started having a conversation, and we discussed the merits of sunscreen and being sun smart. And yeah, and it's really cool because then later on I've got to work with Jace, and he's such an awesome guy. But I'd say that we've known each other for over 20 years. Although he probably didn't remember me at all. But yeah, so sometimes I suppose you can be disappointed, but sometimes it's also awesome. So that's my story for today. But anyway, so I'm doing a gig this weekend. So anyone who's in Rotorua, Road to Vegas, come along to Lakeside. I'm going to be singing Generation Young, and also going to be debuting my next single, which won't be out for a while, but I'm going to be performing it this weekend, so I'm stoked. It's going to be really cool. And other than that, there's lots of other stuff to come, and I'll just keep speaking to you guys and filling you in as it all happens. But if you have any ideas of songs that you would like to hear me cover, I'm just sort of experimenting at the moment, and it was really cool getting your responses back to the Ed Sheeran cover. So yeah, just fire them at me on social media and I'll have a look. Cool, man. Okay, hope you're all good. Speak to you soon. Bye.